Jamaica has adopted the international standard for lead limit in paint and other surface coatings. The enforcement of the JS 358-2022 standard, which was adopted in June 2022, becomes effective on January 1, 2023. Poison Information Coordinator at the Caribbean Poison Information Network, CARPIN, Sharika Whitelock-Balanced, describes this as a very good milestone for the country. Lead-based paints for homes, toys, and household furniture can affect anyone. It's especially dangerous in children. It can damage your child's nervous system, brain, and other organs. Speaking at a recent JIS think tank, Mrs. Whitelock-Balanced, who is also the Vice Chair of the Bureau of Standards Jamaica's Paint and Surface Coatings Technical Committee, cites a 2018 CARPIN study in which over 30 paints were tested. She says the results showed that locally manufactured products contain virtually no lead. But
how do we protect our population from paints that might be imported into the country or paints that might come into our border that we're not aware of?
She says the BSJ worked assiduously through the committee to review the standards, which took approximately 8 months.
And now Jamaica has adopted this review standard. The discussion, it's a very important one because it is one that engage all stakeholders, all relevant stakeholders in Jamaica, academia, the industry, which is most important, policymakers. And when we can all sit at the table and have an agreement on the way forward in how we can implement policies, but not only implement, but more so to enforce and to monitor to ensure that there is compliance and there is protection, I say this is a celebratory moment for us.
She says lead exposure has been a re-emerging health issue in Jamaica.
I'll look at children first. You have to do with their brain development. So you're talking about their reduce in mental thinking in their IQ. Then children are malnourished. You talk about they having anemia because the lead is going to mimic the calcium and it's going to attach itself to areas in the bone. So we, if you'd have gotten a chance to see studies that would have done by a doctor in this country during 1987 when they had the remedial program, you would see the lead deposits in different areas of the children's bone and in their chest cavity.
Even with the government's move to adapt a standard against lead-based paint and other surface coating, Mrs. Whitelock-Balanced is encouraging people to be wary of the impact lead in paint can have on public health.